Alright, so one more video for you Jeep folks. To my surprise, my mile per gallon indicator here on the dash was spot on this tank. So as you can see, it says I'm getting 16.1 miles per gallon. Hopefully you can see that. And I have 127.8 on this tank. I just filled back up. There, you can see it's full. Oh, here you go. That cleared it up a lot, didn't I? When I turn the lights on. There you go. 16.1 and 127.8. I usually never go off of the these on a vehicle, you know, the mile per gallon averages, because I usually find, you know, they're not 100% accurate. Sometimes they're a little generous. I think the manufacturers do that on purpose. I also track the miles driven on my GPS. So you see I've got 127.8 on the Trip A odometer, and I've got 128.6. So that's actual per GPS right there. So that shows that we're off literally, that's it, 1 mile for 127.8. So it's dead accurate. It's within 1 mile for 27 miles basically. So why am I showing you this? Well, because I calculate my fill mileage, and I'll show you. All right, so here's the pump I just filled up at. You can see I use 7.9 gallons. So what you do, you start with the full tank, right? Make sure your tank's all the way full. You drive 100 miles, 200 miles, whatever you drive, doesn't matter. You should at least get 100 on it, right? You know. And then you take your miles driven, which is right there, and you divide that by how many gallons it takes to fill your tank all the way back up. So for me, I drove 127.8 miles, and it took 7.9 gallons to fill it back up. You do the math, that's 16.1 miles per gallon. I checked it on the calculator. That's what it says I'm getting on the dash. So the reason I'm making this video is I read on all the forums that if you've got a Jeep JK, really doesn't matter if you have the 3.8 or the 3.6 liter. They all complain and say you're going to get 10 miles a gallon, maybe 11 if you're lucky. This here's a 2008 Jeep JK Unlimited Rubicon. So it's got the 3.8 liter V6 in it. It's got the factory 410 gears. I've got 35 by 1250 by 17 tires. You know, I've got the steel bumpers on the front and the back. Got an 85-pound winch on the front. I've got the upgraded spare tire hinge carrier on the back. You know, that probably weighs another 45 pounds or so. You know, you add it all up, that's, you know, quite a bit of weight I've added, plus the 35-inch tires it has to turn with the factory 410 gears. And I'm getting 16.1 miles per gallon, folks. So you guys that say you're only getting 10 or 11, you're doing something wrong. And that's driving 70 miles an hour on the highway too. All right, folks, y'all be good. By the way, that's 70 miles an hour at 2,000 RPM.